going to roll into the state of the Broncos, the Chiefs, and the Steelers here. Rolling into the Broncos here, first off, losing off another last-second field goal is rough. It sucks. That's the way the cookie crumbles, some would say. J.K. Dobbins kind of came on, had 11 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown with another one receiving for no yards. But J.K. Dobbins kind of coming out and kind of getting into that form that he was with a little bit there with the Chargers before he got hurt. And then before that a little bit when he was the backup on the Ravens with him and the Gus Bus leading out there. But Bo Nix having 153 yards and one touchdown, with Cortland Sutton kind of having a breakout game, you could say, for 6 receiving yards, one really long touchdown, 118 yards in total. They fixed one of the things I talked about last week with you can't have your secondary leading the team in tackles with Alex Singleton and Mike linebacker getting 12 total tackles. But then right behind him again, we have Brandon Jones, Huff, Riley Moss, and McMillan, who are all secondary guys, all getting the next. So out of the top 5 tacklers, we have 4 defensive backs, which is not a good formula to win games in general. But I mean, I don't really have the words to say. I mean, you lose another tough game. We're in a close game. We shouldn't have been in the game like I talked about earlier, with us only having 9 first downs. We really shouldn't have been in the game. Shout out our punter for making the Chargers drive the field. Shout out our kicker for making the kicks, I guess, when we need them to. But I think our penalties are killing us across the board, and I think we have defense really hot one week, offense really hot the next week. I think once both sides of the ball can figure out, Vance Joseph and Peyton can figure out how to have both teams right for the game. I still have faith in the Broncos. I think we're still fine. Chargers are a good team. They're 3-0. The NFL power rankings are ranked number 4 right now. So I mean, other people other than just us think that they're going to be a legit team in the AFC to come out of. But I think the Broncos still get it done. I don't know if my crazy 14-3 record is happening anymore, but it's still across the board. You
still got one to spare.
Still have faith. Yeah, we can still lose the Chiefs once, like I said we would, so we're good.
If the water boy can keep them all hydrated this year, I mean, they're going to be okay.
They'll be all right.
Shout out T-Bone.
Shut up, Bone. But Twitch, what's your state of the Steelers getting a win here and then playing overseas this weekend?
Well, I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, kind of a mixed bag for the Steelers. I mean, they got the win, and I hate to be a pessimistic Steelers fan, but I just felt like honestly that New England kind of gave them that game. They had 5 turnovers, a couple in the red zone. So kudos to the defense for making those plays. Like I said, T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward were all over the field, and so like him getting 2 sacks and a forced fumble and a fumble recovery on 2 different plays. Some encouraging things. I said, my thing for the Steelers is you could tell early in the game they were trying to get Jalen Warren in the running game going. They forced it, probably 8 of the first 15 plays on offense, but no offensive line push. I mean, with a guy that shifty, they should be able to get a couple yards each play. I said, and Aaron was still under duress. He only had 85 passing yards going into the fourth quarter. And so my biggest thing, too, is, and I've said this before the season even started, so it goes back to the loss of Pickens, but still really wonder who's going to step up and be the number 2 guy of the Steelers. They have Roman Wilson. I know he was hurt last year, was hurt the first game this year, basically a rookie season. I said, but Calvin Austin. Here's the thing about Aaron Rodgers. For the most part, Pittsburgh got up early. They were up 14-0 early, and he had a perfect pass in the right corner, right where only DK Metcalf could have made it on the back shoulder catch on the right side for a touchdown. And then when the game was tied, when it was 14-14 with less than 4 minutes, threw an absolute dart right where only Calvin Austin, where his guy could make it on the left side. So those are the kind of things where you still see flashes of the good Aaron. But on the flip side of that, we still have no run game in our offense. Our offense was sporadic throughout the entire afternoon on top of our defense. Same thing as we kind of talked about with Baltimore. There was 2 different drives where we gave up a 15-play and a 17-play drive. I remember one play, and I don't want to go too much off script, but there was one drive where Pittsburgh had May and the Patriots like at a 3rd and 7. Don't get it. We're only the first guy that touches him 15 yards down the field. T.J. Watt gets one of his sacks. They have a 3rd and 13, 20 yards, not untouched. I mean, there was about 3 plays that drive, and that was actually ended up being the drive where right before halftime Pittsburgh got the interception. But it seemed like all afternoon. I mean, it's not every week that you're going to have a tip ball by kudos to Cam Hayward, another ageless wonder, one of my all-time favorite Steelers, Iron Man, man of the year, Walter Payton Man of the Year. But I mean, they have that. They have a fumble at the half-yard line after Aaron Rodgers throws a really bad interception to Robert Spillane, and so we lucked out there. And then Nick Herbert making the strip sack in the fourth quarter, and then Pittsburgh, that's where they took that drive and got the game-winning drive. But for Pittsburgh, to me, it's just kind of like still trying to figure out a run game. Still, like the offense is still sporadic. I still don't feel after Fields and Dalton, not Dalton, Darnold, Sam Darnold last week for the Seahawks, and now with May this week, it doesn't look, they look too comfortable back there, if I'm being honest. And so, like, I still have questions about our defense. I don't know what we really hang our hat on. And then going to the game this weekend, big thing with the Rooney family, one of the first families of the NFL. With him being a former owner that's now since passed, but Dan Rooney, longtime owner of the Steelers, was an ambassador for Ireland under the Obama administration. I'm not getting into politics about that, but with Irish heritage, and so Pittsburgh is the home team. So, but that's a quote unquote home game. Actually, it wasn't too long. I think within the last decade that they played overseas against Minnesota as well, and so it'll be real interesting to see with how that messes up. I haven't really seen how Tomlin's handling the schedule, if he's flying out early, if they're going to wait up until the day and a half before, obviously more flight time. But it'll 8:30 kickoff on Sunday, and yeah, so it's nice to be 2-1 with 2 wins with the Jets and Patriots. I said, so I don't want to be too hard. Like I said, Rodgers made a couple of really nice passes in the game that only he can make, but at the same time, not a whole lot to go in the middle of the field. Like, our defense wasn't getting off the field. Third down defense was terrible. That's something they have to fix, and we'll see this week with Minnesota.
That's good takes there. Rodgers, he went and won last year over in England, so Rodgers has experience, I guess, recently doing that. But
he has success against the Vikings, obviously, as well.
Yeah, so I mean, here we go. But rolling to the state of the Chiefs here with LSV and Junebug giving their takes here.
So what do you think, Junebug? We got the Chiefs coming out here this week. I mean, obviously got a big win against the Giants.
Prime time.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of difficult games in front of us. So I don't know. I mean, we've got. I don't know who we got this.
So, quick schedule update: Ravens at the Chiefs. Then they got the Jags, the Lions, the Raiders. Commanders coming in. They have to go to Buffalo. Got to go to Denver, and then they have Indy at home. That's the next stretch of games there.
So obviously, we've had some problems with Henry, when he was with the Titans. So that's, I mean, obviously we got to stop that run defense. You know what, D-Hop going over there. I don't know. I've got mixed feelings about where they're at. I think the Kansas City Chiefs can get this game. I mean, we've got a lot of tough games ahead of us. I mean, I think that people obviously rely on Patrick Mahomes just going out there and making plays and doing Patrick Mahomes things. And you know what? Sometimes that works, but at the same time, we need to get a ground game going. We need to establish a running game. We need to figure out where we're going to be at on offense as far as getting the ball downfield. And it's going to be a tough test. I mean, we need to get right. We need to get out there and own the offensive possession of the game. That's the thing. Our defense is good, and I think that where we need to be at is figuring out who's our key offensive players. Travis Kelce came back after the Eagles game, and I thought he played a good game against the Giants. but we're still sitting there struggling, figuring out where we're at with our running game. But where are we at with this? I mean, I don't know.
Thornton making a couple big catches the last couple of
Tyquan.
weeks, and so it's interesting to see if he's going to grow in the offense. But again, we talked about it before about Xavier Worthy and
Rashee
with
Rice
Rice being out, I said who's going to step up. So I'll be interested to see about that.
Juju seems like he's stepping up a little bit, but he kind of silent for a lot of the time. We kind of forget you have him.
Yeah, he had,
shows up.
And then he shows up, and you're like, oh, hey.
yeah, he had a couple big plays last week. I thought so. I mean,
Tyquan leading, averaging 19 yards per catch.
Yeah, big play guy.
Yeah.
It was nice to see Chris Jones make a couple nice plays on defense too. Like, yeah, that's huge for the Chiefs defense. Like we talked about, not having the consistent rush the first 2 weeks. Like it looked like, and I don't know if that's just because they're playing the Giants or what, but more consistent pass rush from the Chiefs. That certainly helps your third down defense, or makes it a lot easier on defense.
No, for sure. And then another point is Mahomes leads the team with rushing yards with 125 through 3 weeks.
Yeah. Seems like he's carrying a lot on himself.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then his backwards pass recovery, that was absolutely insane.
yeah, that's just good, really good football
Yeah,
IQ that
just
know
heads
that.
up.
Oh, hey, that's
yeah,
behind
hey,
the
yeah, I
line
got to go get
scrimmage.
that. And that was pretty sweet to watch. But yeah, it's pretty crazy when Mahomes leads the team in
yeah, we definitely
rushing
don't
yards.
we definitely don't want that moving forward. So I mean, I don't know what's going on with Pacheco still. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Creba had a good day. I mean,
Yeah,
but
and
at the end of the day, I mean, where are we at with this? What are we trying to do? I
Yeah.
mean, we have to figure out an offensive scheme to figure out how we're going to move the ball downfield, and there's just a lot of wild cards out there.
It'll be interesting to see how they look against another high caliber team after getting a win like that. I'm interested to watch this game. It should be a good game, I think, but
Yeah, just got to shut down the run game for them.
yeah, I mean, I think the Lions gave the blueprint last week.
Yeah.
You try to take away Zay and make them beat you with an arm thrown at D Hop and Bateman and Andrews.
Spags is pretty good at targeting certain key like the offenses. So having to lock down Flowers and contain Derrick Henry is going to be pretty tough, but we've done it before.
The next month will be revealing for sure. I mean, that's where we're going to see the Chiefs after. Give us 8 games in the season, and we'll know where we're at. I mean, obviously the Chargers are looking good. Broncos, I believe in Bo Nix. I think that they're going to be competitive. I don't know.
The Raiders might win again.
Yeah, the Raiders are going to win a couple games here and there, but I mean, the Chiefs need to get it right, and I think they will. So, man,
I think Mahomes and Reed have earned that. Obviously, they have earned that trust that they're going to figure it out. But definitely, what we all anticipate to be all playoff team. Broncos fight for a playoff spot. Of course, the Colts so far. Commanders, the Ravens still. No matter what happens this week, the Bills. You're talking the Lions. Like we're talking playoff teams last year and this year. So,
Yeah.
like you said, I agree that we'll figure it out the next month and a half.
well, like last year, I mean, you have 3 teams out of the AFC West making it into the playoffs. So, I mean, that's probably what's going to come down to for me. I don't know where they land. I know when we did our bracket play, I mean, you guys were, Twitch and Box were definitely on different sides of who was going to be, you know,
The
the
AFC
number one
West
seed.
representative.
Yes. I mean, you had the Broncos, Twitch had Chiefs. I mean, I don't know where that lands, but I think that the Chiefs are going to be in that conversation, but they have definitely got to figure out some things about where they are at running the ball and in some key positions. But you know, we're about to find out because this next month is going to be true telling. We're going to go into November having a different perspective on where the Chiefs are at. I mean, we could
for
be
sure.
a team that's sitting at 3 wins, or we can have a team that's sitting there at, 7. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, some really good takes there across the board.